Hi everyone, welcome back to the next diecast. So for something a bit different today, I'm going to be unboxing this 1/24th scale friction car. To be more specific, it's a Hummer H2. I'm not sure what brand this is. I got this from Five Below for $5. I don't usually collect, plastic models or friction cars, but this kind of stood out to me. And they did sell these there at one point a few years back. I actually have a GMC Yukon and Cadillac Escalade that are also 1/24th scale. And they're both made by a brand called Braha, Braha. And I assume that this Hummer is also made by them, but I'm not really sure. It doesn't say anywhere on the box. But I figured it's something different. I would unbox and review this because it's basically a $5 1/24th scale model. And yeah, it's not die-cast, but it's still a model, and it's only $5. You can find this elsewhere online on sites such as eBay, but I think a lot of sellers seem to be charging at least $15 for this, whereas you can just go walk into Five Below and get it there in store for just $5. So here's the box that it is in. GM licensed product, Hummer H2 1/24 licensed friction car. Includes one friction car. There's an angled view on there. Ages 4 plus, 1/24th scale friction car. There's a picture of the black version up there. Speaking of versions, you can find this in yellow and red. I think at the store I saw just the yellow version. And in addition to this, they also had a Ford F350 Super Duty in black and red. And Braha actually did make that particular truck. So I assume that this is still being made by Braha, but it's not said anywhere on the box. I'm just not sure. Underneath here, I can't really tell what. Underneath here, it just has the production date and some tracking number. Distributed by 1616 Holdings, Inc. Market Street, Philadelphia, PA. Made in Shantou, China. I think, I'm not really sure about that. And there's the GM logo down there once again. So, interesting. We'll go ahead and get this friction car out of the box. It does seem like it is also true 1/24th scale, and we'll know for sure once we actually get it out of the box here. So we'll go ahead and open it up. And on the sides, you have more pictures of those Hummers. There's just one on this side. So we'll go ahead. It looks like there's a piece of tape holding it shut. So we'll get that tape cut, and then we'll get the model out of the box. I think it's actually, yep, it's on both sides. There's actually some tape on the bottom part too I had to get off, but all right, got that opened up. Let's pull this out. It is in a similar window box you would see for a 1/24th scale die-cast model, at least, so that's interesting to see. All right, there's the H2. Very lightweight because it is just a plastic model. The friction motor is back here, as you can tell, and then you just have a single front axle up here. Let's see, how is this held down? Oh, you don't even have screws. You just have two huge plastic things that you just turn to get it out. And it's already out. Wow, all right. Well, here's the Hummer H2 out of the box. Looks like an interesting model. We'll take a closer look at it, see if there's any details worthwhile for a $5 model. All right, let's take a closer look at this Hummer friction car. Obviously, it's not die-cast, it's just made of plastic, but it's a 1/24th scale model you can get for $5. You know how there's like plastic model kits out there and everything, and those usually go for upwards of $20 or more, and those you have to, build and everything, sometimes paint, whereas this is, a pre-built model technically for only $5. Obviously, aside from being a friction toy, that's pretty much it. It's decently detailed and everything. There's no interior, obviously, but it does move fast and stuff. But I just thought it was cool that they had those there. In the front here, I think overall the shape is accurate and everything, and it seems like it is true 1/24th scale. And I say that because here's the Infiniti FX45 that I recently reviewed. Maybe this is a little bit on the, yeah, these are about to scale, I think. So There are die-cast models in this similar scale of the Hummer H2 that are out there, but they're going to be like closer to 126 or 127 scale, whereas this one here, obviously, is kind of closer to true 124th scale. Aside from that, I mean, in the front here, you have the overall, I guess, accurate shape. Of course, the Hummer inscription should, I think, be more pronounced than I think black lettering instead of just kind of built into the chrome. There isn't a whole lot of detail aside from that. I think the overall look of the front is, I guess, decently done. I do like how there are separately cast on fog lights up in the front too. Then you do have the wheels. They're decently accurate, I think. And this is a $5 toy, so nothing's going to be too great. But I think $4 or $5, you actually do get a fair bit in terms of details and stuff. They do put the H2 badge on the side on either door, and it is kind of almost like a reflective silver, so that does look good. The mirrors are actually separately mounted. I was kind of surprised to see that. A bit on the small side, but they are the accurate shape, and then you do have that detailed vent on the hood. Of course, you got the roof racks up here, the integrated turn signals and everything that are all just painted on, of course. And then in the back here, you actually do get separately cast taillights, which I was kind of surprised to see. I don't know if these should be red or clear. I think there's some variation of red and clear kind of inside the taillights in real life. And then you actually do get the Hummer inscription on this rear bumper down here. So I think this was overall a cool find. And, you know, it is a pretty cool toy, if you can believe it or not. So these are out there. eBay also has these models made by Braha. In addition to this Hummer H2, there's, I think, a GMC Yukon, which I have, a Cadillac Escalade, which I also have, and a few other ones as well. There's a few Fords, like there's an F-350, I think maybe a Mustang, and a few others, and there's a Camaro too. So if you can find this at $5 below for, you know, the $5, I would say definitely get it. It's of course a plastic toy and it's $5, but I think as a model, it's an excellent deal. If you just want a model of the H2 in this scale and, you know, want to maybe get 3 for the price of 1, then go ahead and get this. But I thought it would just be kind of a cool thing to film and everything. And it is a 124 scale model for $5, so there's that too. So, and eBay does have listings for this. I've seen them go upwards of like 25 or $30. I definitely would not pay that amount for this model. Once it's no longer being made, I think maybe that price might be somewhat justified, but I would say not really. So I definitely wouldn't pay more than $10 for this if I can help it, and I can help it because they still had like 5 or 6 of these things left in the store after I left. And as you saw, there was also a red version as well. So it's something, I guess, kind of interesting for your collection. If you want to get this, I would say go ahead and get it. I think $5 is a pretty good price for it. And yeah, there is some crude detailing and stuff on it, but it's a friction toy. And of course, this being a friction toy, it is fun and kind of addicting to do that too and kind of race it across the floor. So if you can find this, I would say definitely get it. It's a pretty cool toy and an okay model for the small $5 price tag. So feel free to comment down below with your thoughts on this model, I guess, here. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And actually, before we leave here, I might as well do a demonstration of the friction feature. So there you have it. Thanks for watching.